Alright, here's the current project working on a 1965 Volkswagen Bug. Gonna need a fair amount of mechanical, and not necessarily body, but just kind of fixing up to it. It's been sitting for quite a few years now, probably about, it's been running off and on a couple times last 2-3 years, probably set for 5 or 6, and been tinkering on, put a new fuel filter and did a little tune-up on it a couple weeks ago. Briefly caught it on fire, so that's taken to the next level of rebuilding the carburetor next. Pulled most of the interior out, and there's still about a third of it to go or so. A lot of cleanup. Need to take the headliner down and put a new headliner in, which require taking the windows out. Left one seat in for going to work on the mechanical aspects of it first. This is under the front hood. Pretty sure it's pretty typical of most older Volkswagens on the wiring being scabbed onto and modified here and there. So first step been working on modifying the wiring to getting the starter where it'll start. Finally got that fixed, and got the generator where it'll charge. Got that fixed as of last night. The charging problem, kind of find out that the 1965 Volkswagen Type 1 had been modified and had a newer engine in there, which I knew that was the case, just didn't know what kind, but traced back to 1968, late 68 or 69, 1500 of a Type 1 also, which when it was converted over, it appears that it was converted over to a 12-volt alternator with an internal regulator. It took a little while to figure that out, but the charging on it wasn't working. It would work with a little button down here press that, then it would work. But I downloaded the wiring diagram and traced it back, and everything seemed to be hooked up right, and did a little internet research last night, and found a real good website that stated that the charging light, which is actually called generator light, but it's actually for the alternator that's on the 65 from the 69, that it's got to light up and be working in order for it to charge, and it didn't have a bulb in there. So I dug through the odds and pieces and found the bulb and socket and rewired to the pigtail under the hood and put it in there, and then all of a sudden it now charges like it should.